I want to talk about St. Louis in general because it's bred a lot of good NBA players, realistically. Like you mentioned yourself, Bradley Beal, Jason Tatum. Like if you want to go even outside of that, Ben McLemore, Landry Shamet, Patrick McCaw, the two Rush brothers, like Otto Porter. There's just a lot of NBA talent from St. Louis, right? And what I noticed, if you look at all those guys, they kind of have a similar game to them. Like not all the same for sure, but they kind of fit the same prototype. They're guards, they're wings that could potentially stretch the floor. They can all defend to a certain level. Just all around guys on the basketball court. So I wanted to ask, man, first of all, like, is there something in the water that breeds these guys? Like, what's going on? And is it a basketball academy that everybody goes to that has the same archetype?
No, I think we watch because we're in the Midwest. We we can pick and pull, from everywhere. We can pick and pull from East. We pick and pull from the West, and then obviously the South. And we're tough, and we don't back down. So that mentality allows us to be successful. When you talk about wing players, it's normally like, you against that other guy. It's really the wing mentality. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what we bring to the table is we are, strong-minded, strong-willed. You got a guy like Ben McLemore, who had to sit out his first year in Kansas, come back to Kansas, shoot the cover off the basketball, get drafted, get to the Kings, and things, happen where he's not successful. But he keeps working, he keeps grinding, and then he gets dropped into a situation like Houston, and now he fits what they're doing. So, just a long story is that I don't think our guys give up. I think we fight. I think we compete. And as far as those body types, I think it's becoming more and more as I'm, back home, and I'm seeing like these guys that are, 6'5" to 6'8", they're here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They're here. So it's our job. It's my job to, those guys that want to push their game up is to make sure that they have the tools that a 6'5" or 6'8" guy or kid is going to need to be successful at the different levels, from high school to college to the NBA.
Yeah. I just thought it was so interesting because, like, it's funny how one city can bred technically like a certain type of player, right? If you look at like LA players that come out of LA, there's a certain type of flash to them. You know what I mean? Maybe from the Hollywood aspect. If you look at New York guys, there's a certain type of ruggedness and like and pizzazz kind of thing to the game, right? St. Louis has a certain thing. Atlanta has a certain type of basketball player. It's really interesting to me, and I have a YouTube channel, so I kind of want to think. I want to do a series on each city and just go in depth on what makes the city impact the player and what the player impacts the city kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's an interesting thing, man.